Good morning, everybody. Oh, hello, baby. That's right. What? Smell it. It's -10 right now. It's going to stay around there through the day today. You can see all of the ice and snow and salt on the ground. So aside from the cold, snow and ice removal are one of the most dreaded parts of winter. But who is responsible for clearing it all up? And now that depends on when and where it lands. Here to explain is John Philp. He's a personal injury lawyer with Preszler Law. Good morning.
Thanks for having me.
Really looking forward to doing these segments regularly with you guys because there are so many different questions people have, and we'll address all sorts of different areas as we go along, and we'll also let people know how they can ask their own questions on our Facebook page in a little while. But first, okay, big snowfall. It's on my walkway, it's on my sidewalk in front of my house, it's on my driveway. What am I responsible for? What is the city?
Well, we'll deal with that in a couple parts here. So, for the sidewalk that's in front of your house, the ultimate responsibility rests with the municipality to clear the sidewalk. However, most municipalities have bylaws that are in effect that actually require homeowners to clear the sidewalk in a timely fashion. For example, in the city of Toronto, if you don't clean the sidewalk within 12 hours, you could be subject to a fine. Municipal bylaw officers go around, they inspect the sidewalks. But at the end of the day, courts have found in terms of civil liability for sidewalks fronting people's houses, it actually rests with the municipality to make sure that it's safe.
In other words, if someone slips and falls, they're not coming for me. Even though the bylaw says I had to do it, but the city is also responsible, so they'd go after the city?
Listen, it's like anything in law, it depends on the circumstances, okay? And the courts have found if, for example, you have a runoff of an eaves trough that's running onto the sidewalk in front of your house, and you haven't done anything to address that issue, then someone falls on your sidewalk, you very well could be responsible, along with the municipality.
Because the problem started at your home residence.
Exactly.
Okay, so my walkway up to my house, my driveway, my stairs, all my responsibility, and there's a time limit, right?
Well, you have to parse the responsibilities a little bit. There's a difference between your private property and the sidewalk. So for the sidewalk, there's what's called gross negligence, and that's as it relates to the city or the municipality. And that's a little different from your home and your own property, which is just kind of a regular test of negligence. There's different laws that apply for private property versus municipal property.
Okay.
So if someone falls on your own property, there's a law called the Occupier's Liability Act, and that law basically says that you have a responsibility as a homeowner to make sure that your premises is safe for people who are going to be attending at your property.
And I've got, what, 12 hours?
Well, there's no specific timeline for your own property. It's all comes down to a test of reasonableness. What did you do in the circumstances to make sure that your property was safe? For example, if it's, 30 centimeters of snow is called for, and you don't go out and clear the snow for 2 days, and someone has fallen in the meantime, very good chance that you're going to be held responsible for their injuries.
Right. And there's also the situation that we saw during the ice storm and then the subsequent days and weeks after, where you could not get salt. Yeah. So could you say, like, I did my best, but there were circumstances beyond my control?
Well, that's definitely a factor that any court would take into consideration, but, it's all about reasonableness in the circumstances. What did you do to try and make your premises safe? So there's no salt available in the stores. Did you post signs on your property? I know that sounds maybe a little bit extreme, but you have to take steps maybe above and beyond in the circumstances if you really can't find salt to make your premises safe.
Yeah. That I was telling John during the break that during the ice storm I had like kosher salt or sea salt or something, and my steps were so icy I went and just dumped all that on there. I'm like, there goes $10 on the stairs.
Kitty litter is actually a very good alternative. So if you can't find salt, put out kitty litter.
Like sand,
yeah,
in other words.
Exactly.
Good suggestion. All right, John Philp, personal injury lawyer with Preszler Law. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
And if you have any personal injury questions for John and his team at Preszler, visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/morningshowtl. We'll be right back.